What's good, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome back to SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. Gone, but not forgotten. Just because we travel out of the country doesn't mean I forgot about you, champ. You won't believe what I have in store for you next week. If you haven't already, you should probably get your will and burial arrangements in order. Later, Shayna. Well, Steph said I had some kind of a shocking surprise here on Raw. She loves surprises. So, a surprise from Steph this week and a surprise from Shane next week. Who could it be? Let's hop into Monday Night Raw in Albuquerque and find out. It's not Triple H. It's not those guys. It's not HBK or Edge. It is Shane McMahon. Wait, Shane said next week there was that surprise in a hardcore match. And main event, Ric Flair, Carlito. So, sure, I'll fight Shane O'Mac, that's fine. I ain't scared of your punches, Shane.
Less than 3 weeks remain until WrestleMania. This is Oklahoma's own Jim Ross here with the King of Memphis, Jerry Lawler. And the McMahons have promised the champion a big surprise tonight.
Yeah, knowing them, the champ probably isn't going to like it.
I think that's safe to say. But if the champ can survive 2 more weeks, he's main eventing WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's a big if, JR. A very big if.
I mean, that match is non-title, so, you know.
I don't believe it. Is Shane McMahon actually going to compete here tonight against the champion?
That's what it looks like to me. And from the looks of things, he's coming out here by himself.
Here come the money. Here we go. Anyway, welcome to a fine Tuesday afternoon, and usually on Tuesdays, I would tell you I have not watched Raw yet, but in this case, if you've seen over on Grimm's channel, the reactions to Raw 25, I totally sat through 3+ hours of Raw live, and kind of regret doing so, because it wasn't that good. They built it up for so many weeks as being this big epic thing with big announcements and, you know, surprises. Maybe I was just spoiled by how much actually happened on Raw 1000, but that Raw kind of had 2 goals. It had the goal of, number 1, being an anniversary show, and number 2... Wait, who's coming out? Oh, it's just me and then something with a chair, right? This is the chair cutscene, right? Yep, Batista. Whatever.
Looks like Shayna wasn't alone after all.
Yeah.
Damn it! I knew something like this was going to happen.
Damn it.
Yeah? Well, why didn't you warn him then?
The McMahons never hesitate to get someone else.
Oh, hey,
to
Triple
do
H.
their dirty work
The
for
Enforcers.
Hey, if you were as rich and powerful as they are, you wouldn't look
Oh,
like that.
again. With the chair shot to the head. Busted open. And now I have to fight Shane. And last time, I'm pretty sure I won the match after this happened, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I don't know. Anyway, you had 2 goals there. 1, have a fun anniversary show, and 2, further your storylines of your current day product going into the Royal Rumble, which is this Sunday, and you kind of didn't really do either of those very well. But before I break down more of Raw 25, we actually have 2 kind of news stories, one of which kind of serious, and that is there are some allegations on Enzo Amore, and he is currently suspended, so that's kind of a big deal considering he is the current Cruiserweight champion. I kind of have no real opinion either way on that because obviously all the facts have not come out, but if true, then yeah, get rid of him. That's messed up. That's just 110% get rid of him. But again, that is a matter for the police and the lawyers, and not myself, because I'm not either of those things. So there is that. But also, in other lighter news, we have John Cena being rumored for the role of Duke Nukem in a Duke Nukem movie. First of all, I had no idea they were making a Duke Nukem movie. And second of all, John Cena certainly would fit the part of either a Duke Nukem, or if he wanted to do a Wolfenstein movie, he would definitely fit the part of a BJ Blazkowicz. But also, I don't know that John Cena can really do the voice for Duke Nukem. Now, obviously, the voice of Duke Nukem is still alive. That's John St. John, right? So if you wanted to have John Cena be in that, well, I don't think Cena would agree to do a movie where he wasn't actually using his own voice. But if you wanted to do a Duke Nukem movie right, you would have John Cena play Duke Nukem, and then have the voiceover be done by John St. John, who is the voice of Duke Nukem. So, I don't know, that's all a bit of weird, bit of B-ness. Come on, Shane. Come on, Shane. You don't want none. You don't want none. Oh, crap, he wants some. That's not good. Oh! Yep. Get back up here, Shane. Get back up here, Shane. We're doing this. We're doing it right. Anyway, yeah, so those are kind of your two big news stories. And I guess we'll see what happens with Enzo. And we'll see what happens with John Cena potentially being a Duke Nukem. And, hey, if that movie ends up taking as long as Duke Forever took to come out, we'll see it in, like, 10 years. So, whatever. Or 15 years, or, you know, that game took forever to come out. Anyway, Shane McMahon, you should not have asked for this match. You should not have asked for this match. Shouldn't have done that. Just a boy. Moving on to Raw 25, though. Good God. So, first of all, that was a split venue show. You had the Manhattan Center and Barclays. And people had assumed, perhaps incorrectly, that they were going to have the first hour of the show at Manhattan Center, back when Raw was still an hour in those days, and then have the last 2 hours in Barclays. And you would have had most of your old school guys over at Manhattan Center, which is where they should have been. What actually happened was a bit of back and forth, and for the most part, people who were in the Manhattan Center were watching Raw on the monitors, or they were getting 205 Live stuff being shown to them live, like during the commercials and whatnot. And they had to, like, the actual matches there were minimal. They had the Taker bit of business, which kind of didn't go anywhere. It was just, hey, it's Taker. Now, oh! Welp. There was the whole thing where Taker did have the bit of character stuff where he didn't have the hat, didn't have the gloves. That was important bits of character there for the dead man. But there was no angle started. There was no big angle started for Mania. There was nothing. It was just Taker doing a thing, saying, hey, I buried them all. Rest in peace. Right? So, there's that. Also, referee's still down from that chair shot. But Shane still gets beat. Like a 20 count. That's fine. Whatever. That's what you get, Shane.
Shane O'Mac is not taking that loss well at all.
Are you surprised? The McMahons don't have a lot of experience with not getting their way.
And I think that only increases their dislike for the champion.
There aren't many people who can tell the McMahons no and make it stick.
But can he stick it out just 2 more weeks until WrestleMania?
I think I'll manage.
It's coming right down to the wire. He's going to have to pull out all the stops.
So for those fans who spent at minimum $400 for those Manhattan Center seats, and certainly a lot more for a lot of them, to see, like, Raw on a monitor for most of the night, that's kind of messed up. The main even for Raw is going to be you against Triple H, Batista, and your old friend Booker in a fatal 4-way match. I'm excited to have 4 of WWE's greatest stars in one match on SmackDown. It will be every man for himself, well, theoretically anyway. Your GM, Steph. How can you make me work SmackDown? I'm a Raw guy. I'm the Raw champion. What the hell?
You don't really believe that your WrestleMania match is going to be every man for himself, do you? We've spared no expense to make sure our enforcers stay loyal and stick to the plan. There's no way you're leaving with the championship.
My match is not one-on-one at Mania, and now it's a... What? Okay. Or it's on... I'm not sure what's happening anymore. I don't know.
I might not be Raw's general manager right now, but I'm still pulling for you. I heard about your WrestleMania match, and I'm sure you've already figured out that you can improve your odds by taking out those enforcers beforehand.
Yes, Coach, I guess? I don't know what the deal is with anything anymore. Rereading this now, the main event for Raw is a Fatal 4-Way. I'm excited to have 4 of these stars in one match on SmackDown. The main event of Raw on SmackDown. Which one is it, Stephanie? Who booked this crap? Anyway, Raw from Oklahoma, Boomer Sooner. And it's not even the main event. She couldn't lie anymore. Like, it's not even the actual main event, which is Ric Flair and Edge. So, everything in there is just some BS. So, alright.
We are less than 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler at ringside. And tonight, the battle continues between the champion and the McMahon's enforcers.
It's do or die time. If the McMahons want to stop him from going to WrestleMania, they'd better do it soon.
The McMahons have to be getting frustrated by now.
And the worse their mood gets, the worse things get for all of us.
SmackDown's champion has been a persistent thorn in the side of our own champion. And it doesn't look like that's going to change between now and WrestleMania.
Not if the McMahons have their way, it won't. And they always do.
Always.
Don't you think it's a conflict of interest for the #1 contender to be ganging up with other superstars against the champion?
Look, the only conflict of interest that matters around here is the one that conflicts with the McMahon's interests.
And here comes yet another SmackDown superstar who's been recruited by the McMahons.
And if you're looking to put together a team of enforcers, this is definitely the kind of guy you want on it.
King Booker.
Judging from the caliber of opposition he faces tonight, I don't like his odds much.
I put them somewhere between slim and none. And if he's not careful, he might get taken out less than 2 weeks away from WrestleMania.
I've overcome the odds before. Let's see if I can do it one more time. Anyway, back to Raw. I thought the opening segment was fantastic. It was a nice bit of nostalgia and kind of hit all the right notes there. And then after that, it was just all kind of downhill from after that opening segment on Raw. Now, it is amazing that Chris Jericho managed to get his New Japan Alpha Club shirt on the show. That was hilarious. I really enjoyed The Miz and D-Bry kind of having their stare down. Was a nice callback to that stuff when they kind of still were doing a thing there on SmackDown. Obviously, you don't have him wrestling, but it still was a nice character moment. But then you had Miz win the IC belt from Roman. Now, I had quoted the stats like a month ago, saying that nobody who's ever gone into the Rumble as any kind of champion has won the Rumble. Ever since they made the Rumble the match to win to go to Mania for a belt, nobody who's been a tag, IC, or whatever has won the Rumble. So taking the IC belt off of Roman Reigns kind of gives you a bit of a signal to, Roman now in a much better position to potentially win the Rumble. Now, would you do that in Philly? Is that a good idea? No, it's a terrible idea. But it's looking more and more likely. Also, by not having any kind of interaction between John Cena and The Undertaker, that gives Cena the free and clear to also be a favorite to win the Royal Rumble. Getting laid out by Elias just continues to put that in further contention. Definitely. So, that is also, I think the two favorites now, after Raw, would definitely be Cena and Roman for winning the Royal Rumble. While I did appreciate having DX there with the Balor Club and doing the whole Too Sweet thing was quite nice. Having them then go and bury the Revival, not cool. Did not appreciate that in the least. 1, 2, nope, not even close. King Booker here is the most damaged so far, so definitely the one to target at this point. Triple H, leave me alone. Leave me alone, Triple H. Leave me alone. Yep, that Chris Jericho pin. They're like, nope, not having it. Yeah, so overall the show it was just kind of an average Raw-ish, an average go-home show with a bunch of nostalgia pops interspersed within that show. So, I don't know. Overall, not really feeling it. Phenomenal superstars. What else? The ending brawl with Kane and Brock and Braun was just so by the numbers that, I want to watch that show less now. Because it didn't really do anything super exciting for me in any real way. But, I mean, it wasn't bad. I just kind of couldn't really care that much about it, to be honest. Also, King Booker can get that SKO, and hopefully, oh no, Batista's rampaging. The Manimal is rampaging. Yeah, take care. Yes, do your thing to Triple H, and while I pin Booker T and win this match, Batista. Haha, haha, haha! I stole one once again. fooled you.
These two are absolutely furious, and it's not hard to see why.
Talk about your upsets. I can't believe they couldn't get the job done here tonight.
But there's still over a week to go between now and WrestleMania.
Yeah, and anything can happen in the WWE, as we've seen many times.
Will the champion be able to hang on to his title at WrestleMania?
I'm more interested in finding out whether or not he'll even make it to WrestleMania.
But there was cool stuff on that show, like having the Godfather growing up and having his wife there was pretty cool. Clock ticking for the McMahons and champ. This week on Raw, it's been announced that the WWE Champion, me, will take on his number one contender, Triple H, in a non-title last man standing match. It's definitely a grueling contest, and the after effects will likely be felt long after WrestleMania has passed. So, I'm fighting Triple H non-title, and then I'm fighting him again at WrestleMania. If my enforcer can't take him out on Raw, maybe I'll put the champ in a triple threat Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania. Or worse. What's worse? What is worse? Anyway, it's Tuesday, so hopefully SmackDown tonight fares better as a go-home show for the Rumble than Raw did last night. We'll see. I'm Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. See you next time, right here on this channel. And I'm out.